What is up, everyone? This is BigPowner, and I am crafting the gear for my poison damage build. For this craft, I am using item level 86 gripped gloves Elder with the isolated tier 1 number percent chaos damage over time multiplier. Obviously, this is my keeper base, and then I have my garbage base with the intimidates. The reason why I did it this way is simply because it was cheaper for me to get the item level 86, um, item level 86 Elder gripped gloves than it was for me to get item level 86 Hunter gloves. So this is one of those crafts where I'm hoping that I get lucky because it is a suffix and a prefix. So there is a chance that it's going to wind up getting messed up, and I'm not going to be able to get exactly what it is that I want on my initial craft. I'm hoping that I get lucky. I don't get lucky very often, but this could wind up turning into a difficult craft because the intimidates is not something that I can pull up with the same thing. So I'm going to have a little bit more leniency on this craft. I'm hoping that I get something that's usable. I'm early on in my build, like basically all of the gear outside of a couple things are going to be changed, so I can kind of work a lot of the stuff around it. If I wind up with something that's usable, obviously, if I'm giving up too much, then I'm not going to want to keep it. But the only things right now in my build that are 100% keepers are the Dark Scorn, the Carcass Jack, and the Headhunter. So I've got a lot of wiggle room. So we're going to go ahead and see what happens with this, and then we'll go from there. I do want to say this is a fairly expensive craft because the bases, well, this base is expensive. Um, Make sure that you have, I always say this stuff, make sure that you have the mods isolated. As you can see, they're isolated. Otherwise, if you have multiple mods on there, it's going to randomly select from your influence mods. I clearly only have one of each. You're going to click the one that you want to destroy first, and then click the keeper. Okay, so this is going to 100% be a keeper for me. I got HP on it. I got increased evasion, and I can craft onto it and EX slam it. So this is, it's not the best um, rolls that I could possibly get, but this is absolutely a very strong roll. And the thing is I can go ahead and craft on attack speed, which is going to be an extremely strong slot for. Where is attack speed? There we go. I can craft on attack speed. I'm actually not going to do that yet because I'm going to try to divine this. I don't have very many divine orbs, so it might not happen right now. Oh, well, I got 16, so we'll run with that for now. I'll go ahead and craft on the attack speed and wear these um, because, I still have a lot of stuff to craft in the build, so, oh, wow. Come on. What is this? There we go. Okay, very strong slot now. That wound up really, really nice for me because it was something that I could craft onto and immediately start using. I obviously had a lot of leeway because none of the rest of my gear is decided yet, so I don't have absolutely have to have certain resistances in this slot. I've got everything basically to fill in. So I'm doing my hardest crafts first. As you get later into a league and you're creating new builds, this is kind of something you should think about. What's my hardest? What are my hardest crafts? And start with those, and then the slots where you've got a lot more leniency or are easier to craft, those are the ones you should go to next. These are just absolutely big damage increase. Obviously, intimidates is a 10% increase to the damage that they take, and obviously 16% chaos damage over time multiplier. That's quite a bit. Perfect chaos damage over time multiplier on a regular jewel is 4%, so you're talking that's 4 times that. On medium clusters, each small passive is only 5%, so you need 3.2 small passives to meet that. You're talking about on major passives, you're getting 10%. Like up here, we come up here for this, it's 10%, That's a big multiplier. That's also something we look for on our necklace, which goes up to 16 also. And those multipliers are really big for us. To give you an idea, even with using Perfect Agony, um, that's the equivalent to tier 1 multiplier range because Perfect Agony cuts it in half, and then that's assuming that your critical hit is always hitting, which, like, that's not always the case. You want it to be the case, but realistically in a lot of builds it's not, so you're not even getting 50% of that multiplier. So it's basically stronger than a tier 1 crit multiplier, which you can't get a 38% global crit chance on gloves, so it's not even available in that slot. So this is a very strong craft for me. I'm very happy with it. I'll probably wind up EX slamming this, but I'm gonna see what happens with the rest of my gear, and see what I need where. Anyways, thanks for watching. Peace out.